Hi guys, Brandy here with Making Your Own Formulas, and it will also be put over on our YouTube channel, North Dakota Homestead. So today I'm gathering cottonwood buds, and I know cottonwood trees don't grow in every location in the U.S., but in our region they're very popular and they're easy to find, and I'm going to be showing how I gather them, how I make the extract, and also what we use them for. So here is the cottonwood bud there laying on my hand. And it has more down here. And these are just a smidgen past their prime, but they'll still work just fine because the cottonwood bark is also used for pain relief, fever, all that I use the cottonwood buds for. So I'll get busy gathering. So you can take a small hand pruner or a knife, or sometimes you can just break them off with your hand like that. Whatever works for you. And then I'm going to put mine in this jar here, and I'm hoping to gather 3 to 4 quarts. So I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, so we're back here again, and we ended up being able to get 5 quart jars, basically as full as you can get. And as you can see, I didn't gather just the buds. Some of these have little twigs along with them that went with it, with the bud there. But as I said on the earlier clip, the bark has similar pain relieving properties and whatnot, so I don't mind mixing them, and then you can get the best of both. So I don't do any special chopping to these. It's just not worth it for me. We've had good success just doing them just like this. So since this is fresh plant material, I'm going to do 3 of these with raw apple cider vinegar and 2 of these with glycerin. So since this is raw plant material and not been dehydrated or anything, all I do is I have just regular organic raw apple cider vinegar. You want it to say with the mother there. And I'll give it a good shake. And then you just fill it to the top. See if I can do this without making a mess. I don't have a specific ratio since this is fresh plant material. I just fill it full of the fresh plant material, packed down reasonably snug, but you don't have to be real tight. And then I just fill it to the top. That lid was on there. No. I think you can see that. And then those are basically covered. I've not had a trouble with the vinegar molding, but I will shove those down in there when I get finished and make sure they stay submerged as well as possible. I may need another jar of vinegar. Excuse the chickens in the background. Alright, there's that one. And I'll have to get another jar to finish this one off, but I'll do that in just a moment. So, and then the glycerin. Once again, it's just my glycerin that I always use for all the others. And I'll take it. And I don't know that you'll be able to see it. And I don't water this down because this is fresh plant material. The liquid or the whatever that is in your fresh plant material counts in this. So I just pour it straight in. And usually within a few days it liquefies right on up, depending on what plant material you're using. Maybe you can see that a little bit. Alright, that one's full. Alright, so some of the things we have used this for, mainly, we use it for headaches, and it has even been used for mild migraines with good success. It's my dad's favorite for pain relief. He likes it in the glycerin. And then my mom likes the taste of the glycerin as well. I think I like the vinegar better, but it's to each their own. They both work really well, but I would rather the vinegar taste. But anyway, so I'll cap these. So we use it for all sorts of pain relief, be it backaches, muscle aches. It's a good anti-inflammatory, and it also has fever reducing properties. It's a mild diaphoretic, I believe is how it's pronounced. So it can help reduce fevers to a more moderate level. Some people also use the buds in some kind of oil, infuse it in some kind of oil, and make a balm. It is not Balm of Gilead buds, but it has similar benefits. And before someone says anything, I'm going to put these lids on here so I can get them in the house without getting any trash or anything in them. But I will go back and put a piece of plastic wrap between, I'll lay the plastic wrap over the jar there, then I'll put the lid on it and screw it back down after I fill my jar up there, just to keep the vinegar from corroding and eating up my lids and bands. Plus you get all that stuff in your vinegar and you don't want that. So I put a little piece of plastic wrap there. It typically doesn't touch it, but it saves your lids and bands. So those are some of the uses we use it for. Mainly is pain relieving and the fever reducing. We've used it in cases of colds and flus for the body aches. That is our main purpose. And its anti-inflammatory benefits. It pairs very well with something similar to turmeric or things of that nature. So that's our main use for it. These 5 jars, I do use a little bit of white willow bark you may be familiar with throughout the year. But these 5 jars should last our family of 6 for an entire year. And that is counting several people that have chronic back problems, chronic headache issues, and then you have your just regular, someone gets a headache sporadically. So that is a fair amount there. Typically, I want to, for an adult, I start out with a tablespoon dose. Depending on weight, height, and your response to herbs, some of us have used up to 2 tablespoons in severe cases, but I usually start with 1 tablespoon for adult. And there are charts that if you have questions that I could send you, if you were interested in reducing that to a equivalent for a children's dose. There are also all kinds of charts online. So that's just a quick overview of how we do one of our favorite pain relieving. And it doesn't even look like we touched the tree, because if you have cottonwoods in your area, you know they can get fairly large. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Or if you have experienced something with cottonwood buds. I've not met a lot of people that use them, so I'd love to hear your feedback. So thank you for watching, and God bless.